Internet safety. Tonight, an Iowa-based education support system held a public hearing to talk about a policy to keep kids safe while they use the internet. Tonight, during Northwest AEA's last meeting of the year, a public hearing focused on the Children's Internet Protection Act, also known as CIPA. Congress passed that act way back in 2000 to address concerns about kids' access to harmful content on the internet. Since then, schools and libraries needed to stick to the CIPA guidelines to receive funding for internet access through E-rate programs. So tonight, Northwest AEA held a public meeting so the board could pass a new internet safety policy.
It determines and provides guidance on how we need to protect students when they're on the internet within our facilities. It provides information about how teachers need to train those students to practice best safety on the internet.
The internet policy allows Northwest AEA to stay compliant and get funding from the E-rate programs. In that internet policy, CIPA requires them to include guidelines that address minors' access to inappropriate matter on the internet, safety and security of minors when using email, chat rooms, and other forms of direct electronic communication, unauthorized access, also known as hacking, and other unlawful activities by minors, unauthorized disclosure, use, and dissemination of personal information regarding minors, and finally, measures that restrict minors' access to materials that are harmful to them.